Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nelly and I'm a YouTuber based in Lagos State. Please, if today is your very first time of coming across this channel, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and do whatever that will make me happy on this channel. That's by liking the video and subscribing to my YouTube channel, nothing else. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling y'all about my experience so that whoever that comes across this my video on this channel would as well learn something. Yeah, so I've actually been scammed like twice. The first was on the internet and the second was like real life scamming. I don't know how many people that get the courage enough to bring this on screen or to bring this on their channels or to talk about this, but today I'm going to be telling you guys my experience. I'm going to be making the story very short so that the video will not be very lengthy. Yes, and that's it. So guys, I'm going to be talking about the physical one first. So it was when I was still in Abia State, and guys, you know that Abia State Abia State is a very good state, yeah, when it comes to meeting people that are very hardworking, like industrious. They produce a lot of things. If not that, most times they don't really use durable products or durable materials to produce their stuff, but they are really talented. Guy, someone from Abia State can produce a shoe for you and then you leave the original one and go for the fake one. Why? Because it's very shiny and very beautiful. So that is how talented they are. Now, moving very fast to my story, I was actually scammed when I was on my way to school. That was when I was doing my project. I was going back to school and I was going with a little girl. Ask me why I was going with a little girl, I don't know. And guys, you all must have seen the little girl on my channel once. Her name is Faithful. If you watch it, if you go back to my videos, my comedy skits and the rest of them, you're gonna see her and most of my pranks while I was still in Abia State. So I was going with this little girl and she was much younger then. She hasn't really grown like that. Ask me why I was traveling to Umuahia, because my school was in Umuahia, same in Abia State. So ask me why I was traveling with a little girl. I can't just tell. I think it was just God that wanted to save me from that, from whatever that was going to happen on that day. So before I traveled, I still looking for my ATM card. I searched everywhere. I could not find my ATM card, guy, and I could not travel without my ATM card. So I looked for it. I had to waste a lot of time looking for it without knowing that was actually a sign, like maybe God really wanted to delay me or something. But then due to I was so desperate, I wanted to just go. I think I found the ATM card and I left with it. I carried the girl along because she's like my baby. She always likes to follow me wherever I go, and of course I have a house in Umuahia, so why not? I just decided to take her along. So guys, as I reached if you guys know where they call Obohio very well, I just reached I was at Obohio. I was flapping down a bus. No, I was flapping down a keke that would take me to Bata Junction. There's this junction that you have to go to park, something like that, before you board a bus that will be going to any destination you want that is outside Aba. So while I was flapping down the keke, there was traffic, so most of the keke were just filled up. So I saw an empty car. The car was not that shiny, because if it was a shiny car I would have known that this car is majorly not used for any public transport. The car was just a kabu car. Guys, you know what kabu car is now? Just like an ordinary car that would be used for taxi. So while I looked inside that car as well, I saw a woman that was dressed like she was going to the market. She wore her hairnet. You know how Aba people dress when they're going to market? She wore her hairnet. She was with her sack bag. Then I saw another woman that was pregnant at the back. She looked like she was actually going to that same area I was going to, or let's say park she was going to. And then I saw another man. I saw a guy. He's just young. Then he was at the back. So let's say a woman was at the back. The pregnant woman was at the back seat with the guy. Then the one that was going to the market was in front. So while I was flapping down the keke, the man saw me first. The driver saw me first, and then he blew the horn. He asked me where I was going to. I said Bata. He now said I should enter. My dear, without having anything in mind, I entered the car. While I was in the car, I entered with the little girl, of course. So while we drove down the road, they now started talking. The other guy that was at the back was kind of talking to me always directly, like he was kind of, he wanted to make a conversation with me, always bringing up conversations which I wasn't really interested in. Until before you know it, I don't even know how it happened. They switched to they started talking about dollar, talking about the guy actually bringing that there was something in the car that the guy brought, like the thing was inside the Ghana must go, something like that. Okay, the driver was actually telling the two other girls, the two other women, because they were actually women. The driver was telling the women that look at this guy, that this guy stopped him and carried Ghana must go inside this thing, that he has not even checked the Ghana must go. He checked the Ghana must go and it was dollars, that they should go and report the guy to a policeman. Then the driver was now asking the two girls their opinion, something like that, the two women their opinion. So they were like, okay, let's take him to the police. The other one said, no, let's not take him to the police, let's go and cash out the money, those conversations like that. So I became very uncomfortable. I told them that I really need to get to Bata. I just need to get to Bata. People should drop me at Bata, let me go down. Just from that word I said alone, I was hypnotized. Like I didn't even know what I was doing again. I knew I had my phone on my hand, and I knew how much I wanted to call someone with my phone, like to call my dad, because I kept on coming across my dad's contact. Like for me to just call him, I could not just dial the number at that point, guy. I didn't know what was wrong with me. My body was so weak. So after all said and done, they said okay, that one of them suggested that that they should take the money, that if they take it to the police people now, that the police people would prefer taking the money and then leave them with nothing actually. So they should, that she knows where they can go, because according to the boy at the back claims that he can't really understand Igbo language. So he was telling the driver that no, that it's not his money, that this is Oga's money, that his Oga refused to settle him for so and so years. So him and his co-colleagues, they had to share some things concerning some things pertaining, as in some of the Oga's property, because the Oga was nowhere to be found, like the Oga died. So he collected his own share of the money, this other person collected tanker, all those kind of false stories. So at the end of the day, they had to carry. One of the women suggested that he knows, okay, the man at the back said that this money, that he's very very sure that his Oga is a bad person, that this money, that there might be juju in the money or something like that, that they have to go somewhere to make the juju less effective. So the woman at the front agreed that she knows where they can go, so that the money will no longer have a bad effect on anyone that takes it, so that all of us will share the money. I don't even know what's in the talk again. They drove us. So they passed along my church at Okumobo. So while they were moving around, it was just the small girl I had that was talking in that car. The small girl was like, hey, see my church, see my church, see my church. Hey, where are you people taking us to? That kind of stuff. But then me, I didn't really know what was going on. I won't lie to you. I didn't really know what was going on. I knew that these people were taking us somewhere, but I didn't just have that strength to say stop this car or anything. It was just that little girl I had, the little girl I carried, that was just saying things, and which they were not comfortable about, because when the girl said, see my church, they had to wind up the glass. It was later I started reminiscing about everything that was going on, that happened. So finally, when we got there, we met with a man that was putting on a very white garment, a long white garment. So one of the women that was with us asked him, okay, I came to see Madam so and so. We had a problem, the money, blah 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 blah. Can you please, blah blah blah, and told the whole story. And before then, the woman told us in the car that when we get here, that we should tell the man that we're going to see that we don't know each other. No, that we should tell the man that we're going to see. Okay, the thing there is that before we got to that place, the woman that was with us told us that we should tell the man that we all live in the same place. So this money is coming from somewhere, and we want to make the money less effective, something like that. So when we got there, the woman now told the man that he came to get something that will make the money less effective or something. So the man now said, okay, we should come inside. I mean, the man that is on white garment told us to come in, that we should step into his office. So all of us went there. So the man now brought out one basin full of water. Was not like, hey, that we all are liars, that we don't know each other, that we met ourselves on the road. And that is to confirm that what the woman told him was a lie. That was also their plan. It's just to show that this man can actually sense when someone is lying or not, which is also a lie. He can't sense anything. They just did it so that I would be able to tell them the truth when they ask me anything. You get the gist? So as time goes on, like after everything, the man said that we are all liars, and because we lied to him, for this thing to be effective, like we have to bring our hard-earned money. Almost see me see case. After the whole even the man said that we should spit on our hand. Then when we spat on our hand, the spit came to he said we should spit on this hand, and when we spat on it, we now saw the spit. See, I don't know the kind of juju these people are even using to make all these things happen. So after all said and done, they collected my ATM card. I told them my PIN. They collected the little money I had, I was traveling with, and they sent me back to the house and just gave me only 500 naira out of my own money. Gave me 500 naira and told me that I should go and bring the money that was at home and give them. That's the only way, that because I lied to him that in fact I will no longer be able to give birth again. In fact, if I tell anybody, I'm going to die. Hey, if you see the way I was shaking there. So finally, these people, they gave me 500 naira out of my own money. So while I was going, okay, they told me that I should enter the bike so that they would just carry me out to somewhere I will get a car. So while we were driving off, they told me to close my eyes and open my hands like this and just keep praying. I did though. So when they dropped us somewhere, that was not even a main road, just somewhere that I can just see a few persons walking around, because that was in Ongwa land. That you see why I don't really like this Ongwa. They dropped us in Ongwa land like this. So when they dropped us, the little girl kept on asking me that, where is Auntie Nelly, where is your phone? I'll tell her to shut up. She kept on disturbing. Auntie, where is your phone now? You know those kind of things. So finally, I carried it and it was raining. It's still raining. I still went under the rain. Something I will not do on a norm. I can't go under the rain on a norm, except if that thing is a do or die affair. But if it's not a do or die affair, I can't go under the rain. But I entered under the rain, even with my fine hair and everything. I went under the rain. I boarded the car that collected money. I think it was 400 at the end of the day. So finally I got to my house, and then I dropped the baby. I went into my parents' room, something I've never done before. I started opening their bags, looking for money, because they said that I should bring anything that is looking like money. That if I leave anything that is looking like money, in fact, my siblings will start dying one after the other. Hey, and I should never tell anybody that if I tell anybody I'm going to die. My mom was around, but my mom was not in the house. She was in my neighbor's house discussing. So she was in that Faithful's house, their apartment. So I told Faithful, that's the little girl I was with, I told her to go back to her house. So I now went into my parents' room. I was looking for money. So fortunately and unfortunately for me, I found my mother's money that she tied. You know, women now and tying of money. It was up to 30-something thousand naira or something. I don't know. I could not even count it well. So I packed everything. I even collected my father's signed check, because they say anything that is looking like money. So I just carried his checkbook. I carried my mother's money. So I went back. While I was going back, they told me that they gave me a number to call. So I stopped a boy that I don't even used to talk to on my streets. In fact, if that boy talks to me, I'll not even reply him. But I had to stop him that day. I told him to give me his phone. Let me call somebody. So I called them back. They now told me that I should come back to so and so place. So I entered, and when I entered the car that was now going back to where they asked me to go, my mind was telling me, Nelly, check your account balance. Nelly, check your account balance. I don't have any other phone to check my account balance. The guy I talked to inside the car, I said, please, can I use your phone? You know, there was a way the guy looked at me. So I just left him. In fact, my whole body I was not at peace. So finally, I went to that location that they said I should stop. So immediately I stopped. I collected another person's phone. I called that same number. They now told me that I should stay there and wait for them, that I should look out for a bike, 2 bikes that are actually coming. So I said okay. While I stood there, I was looking out for a bike that was coming. So I saw I now saw that man that we went to meet that was putting on a white garment. The man was no longer putting on a white garment. The man was now putting on a black garment, and the man was now carrying one of the women on his bike. And this woman, during that our meeting, when they said I should go and bring my own money, they told them to go and bring their own money. Do you get? But I left before them, not knowing that it was their plan. So when I saw the woman that was pregnant, she was no longer pregnant. So my mind, I was like, how did it happen? The woman that we went to meet is now carrying the woman, and the woman is no longer pregnant. So I now saw another bike that was now the driver, that was now okay, the driver alone, no other woman was there. So it was like two bikes, the juju man and the woman that was pregnant, that was no longer pregnant, then the driver alone. So they asked me to enter the driver's car. No, they didn't ask me to enter the driver's bike. So what they did was that the woman that was pregnant, that was no longer pregnant, switched to the driver's bike, and they asked me to enter inside the juju man's bike or something like that. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So I had to I wanted to add the bike, and because they told me that if immediately I bring this money, that they will return my phone and give me back my ATM. That was what they told me. So I was not asking the man, say, where is my phone? The man said that he's coming. I said, where is my ATM card? Where is my phone? The man was like, okay, do you want me to drop you back where we were? I said, this is not what you told me. You told me that if I get to this money, that you're gonna give me back my phone. So immediately there and then, I got myself. I already gave him the money. Immediately I gave him the money, I got myself. So if you see the way I snatched the money back from him, so the man now pushed me out of the bike. So people now stared at me and just removed their eyes. I'm guessing that you see that their community, they already know what these guys are doing. They know them very well. They could not even come for my rescue or to my rescue. That day was horrible for me. So it was a good thing that I had my father's contact offhand. So parents, always make sure that your kids know your number offhand though, in case of an emergency. So I called my father. My father now told me to give any man that was driving any bus, like any taxi, that should just give the man the phone. So I gave it to the man. My dad instructed the man to carry only me in the bus and drop at my house, and come back home, that he'll pay him. So that was how the man carried me in the bus alone. I was busy crying then. I didn't even know where I was. In fact, I was having serious headache at that point in time. That was how I got home. And before I went home, when this incident was happening, according to the people at home, Faithful now told her father that Auntie Nena, some people collected Auntie Nena's phone, that kind of thing. So that was, they even started being worried about me. They were now trying my number, looking for ways to reach me before I called my father. So that was how everything played out. That was how everything turned out. Guys, please, let's be careful, especially during this this election period. Things are really, really happening. At least I'm a witness. And even online, you're gonna see scammers. Plenty of I've been scammed on Instagram. That was when I joined Instagram recently, or when I became very active on Instagram. That was like years back though. So I've been scammed there. You see all these their giveaways, them and the rest of them. If you're not careful, you're gonna be scammed. So let's just be careful during this election period. Let's know wherever we're going to. They come, no be address. So guys, let's all be careful. This is election period. Let's just, in fact, I've been scammed on Instagram before, like I said. On Instagram, all these I giveaway. That was when I started Instagram recently. So I was scammed there too. That was something giveaway. So they now asked me to send money for delivery. I sent, and that was how they blocked me. So all these things are experiences I've had, and I'm never gonna have that kind of experience again, because now I'm very much careful. So I urge each and every one of you to be very careful out there, especially during this time of election, that many things are really, 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 really happening. Even people that are actually seeking for job, please be very careful. Job seekers, this election period, don't ever apply for any job you see their poster or anything. And any job you're going to apply for, check their websites. Know very well if they are genuine or not, because somehow these scammers also know when someone is seeking for a job. I don't know how they know, because when I came to Lagos, when I was still looking for a job, I got plenty interview emails that I did not even apply for, like jobs I did not apply for. I was receiving emails, interview emails. So I was like, how do these people know I applied for a job? And if you're looking for a job, any job you apply for, write it down. Do you understand? Be it whatever, write it down so that you'll be very, very, because sometimes you forget. You're applying to so many places, you've actually forgotten the ones you've applied for, and then when you now receive the email for this Yahoo scammer, they say you applied for this, so you will believe it. Do you understand? So when you apply for a job, just go and write it down so that when you get an interview mail, you can reference, like go back and look at, okay, did I actually apply for this? This is the location I applied for, so and so things, so that you keep yourself up to date. So that's just the advice I'm gonna be giving everybody, and my story as well. So if you did enjoy this story, if you've learned something from this video, please do not forget to subscribe, and also comment down below if you have an experience as well. This message can actually reach anybody can see it. So that is all I have for my subscribers today, and I'm really grateful for always tuning in or stopping right back to watch my video. I'm super grateful. Thank you guys for watching this video and the story of my life. Thank you so much. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm not gonna say goodbye, but see y'all in my next video.
If we try to believe in anything greater than a miracle, it wouldn't be this difficult. If we try to be a negative rule, yeah, we could be taking control, yeah, a negative rule.